So, with respect to the mobile attacks, we have seen the registry key settings, then LDAP services, cryptography security for the mobile devices, that is CGA, that is cryptographically generated address. Through that, you can prevent some of the uh, wireless attacks. Today, RAS, remote access server. So remote access server for mobile devices. It is very interesting. My area of work is this only, remote access server services. So it protects mainly the business sensitive data may reside on the employee's mobile devices. So I'm working on endpoint security. Endpoint might be the PC or the device or the cloud or the data centers. So extension of this remote access server work is going on. This presentation visible?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Yes. So in terms of cybersecurity, mobile devices are sensitive. Do you agree with this? Mute. Varsha, mute the audio. See, since mobile is into everyone's life, day-to-day activities from the bed to again back to bed, several activities we are going to carry out. The Mobile Act has a information repository. Mobile Act as a bank. Mobile Act as a insurance. Mobile Act as a entertainment. Mobile Act as a photography, everything in one single device. So obviously the peoples are started using more and more devices. Definitely they might store the sensitive of their information in the devices. So in the cybersecurity term, mobile devices are sensitive since it is a limited capacity of holding the content, and low power device also. So mobile devices are being vulnerable to unauthorized access on their own. The reason of vulnerable for unauthorized access is most of us were unattended when we are not in use of the mobile phone. So limited capacity, limited power, limited. So because of limitations, a lot of vulnerabilities which are might present in the mobile devices. So mobile devices also provide a route into the system with which they connect. So most of us were using lightweight applications, mobile applications, which saves the storage space as well as it increases the speed of operation of the mobile devices. So in such situations, the lightweight might not consist of complete secure the software. In such cases, there is a possibility of the attacker is going to encache such situations to enter into the mobile devices, especially remote access services RAS, which prevents to unauthorized access of the mobile devices. By using mobile device to appear as register user, that is every time when mobile is going to switch on, so immediately it is going to connect with the nearest base station. It is going to map whether it's a real user or that user is impersonating or the masquerading the other person, means intended to act as a original user to the system. It is going to be checked. It would cracker is then able to steal data or compromise corporate system in other way. If you allow the person who is not the original one, if you are unable to identify whether that device is connected is the real user or the impersonate user, if you are unable to do such authentication service, then obviously the person who is mobile using mobile is going to lose their sensitive data through the remote access services. So you can look into the security for mobile device. This is termed to be as a crash attack on mobile device. That is denial of service attack. See, attacker what it sends a hard reset code bomb. Uh, he is using the scripting technology like ActiveX control or JavaScript or PHP script or Ruby scripts or the Perl scripts, or if any are there, to inject into the mobile phone, because since mobile phone is vulnerable, because it uses wireless technology as well, it uses the Bluetooth also. Bluetooth is a most dangerous entry point to the mobile devices. Even though the accessibility range of Bluetooth is limited, but the Bluetooth might connect it with the nearest internet point. Through the internet, the hacker is entering into the mobile devices. So, by injecting a small piece of code of logical bomb, your mobile is going to be compromised, and they can install a file, they can create a new file, or whatever they want to do with the mobile phone, they can. They can still personally identify information, or they can take away the contact numbers. In this way, these remote access security service, these are the things are going to prevent using this RAS setup in the mobile phone. So another threat comes from the practice of port scanning, as we see in the yesterday demonstration session. Uh, yesterday demonstration session, Uh, we done the port scanning with the network mapper tool in the Kali Linux environment. So first, what the attacker is going to do is attacker use their DNS server to locate the IP address of a connected computer. Yesterday, I don't know about the BMSIT IP address. Where I find that IP address of BMSIT, I went in the DNS server like ipaddress.com website. After that, entering the BMSIT, the name of the at that point, it is able to fetch the IP address of the web server located. So after obtaining first the reconnaissance, gathering the information about the IP address of a particular targeted system, then either it is that server might be the PC server or the mobile server. Obtain that information first, then either the mobile device itself or a gateway server which it connects. Either you are doing that activity by using your phone or the PC to a target machine, etc. So you are going to gather the information about the DNS server, which consists of the IP of that targeted machine. Then, what is domain name system? It is collection of sites that are related in some sense. It is a collection of sites. For example, bmsit.ac.in is the main domain. Under that domain, there are several sites relevant to the BMSIT is there. Project.bmsit.ac.in. irins.bmsit.ac.in. Like that, so many website subdomains are there relevant to the same domain site. The second step, the attacker is after knowing the IP address of it, then they started using seeing the ports which are unprotected by firewall. If the targeted machine is not using any firewall technology, then most of the open ports are vulnerable to get into the system. So the usually the easiest way is usually yesterday after scanning we got some of the ports are open like FTP, SMTP ports were open. So FTP might uses the TCP or the UDP protocol. So they are going to gather such information. So again by deep into the scanning with the Nmap tool. So they're checking the hacker is checking this in the steps. Second step, whether those protocols and the ports are open and not protected by the firewall. If it is unprotected by the firewall, then it is easy for the hacker because firewall always stop filter out the malicious packets and only it allows the valid packets into the machine. If the system is not protected by firewall or the gateway service, then the hacker is going to access such system. The second step, they are collecting the information about the whether the ports are unprotected by firewalls. So, for example, FTP is the transmissions are typically assigned to the port 21. If this port is left unprotected, it can be misused by the attackers. This is the second step of the mobile penetration. That is the practice of port scanning. Then, after obtaining that, now protecting against port scanning requires software that can trap unauthorized incoming data packets and prevent a mobile device from revealing its existence and ID. So, after knowing this, where is the weakness is present? Weakness if the targeted machine is not installed with the firewall is the weakness. So, as a solution provider, what you need to think, you need to be install the appropriate firewall to the targeted machine. So protecting against port scanning requires so some systems you can prevent to not to made it reachable to the port scanning applications also. So you need to take a prevention precaution of installing such softwares against the port scanning. So then a personal firewall on a pocket PC or a smartphone device. See, there is two way of protecting or preventing the access of the phone. The one way is installing in your individual device the firewall. The another way is installing the firewall at the gateway or the internet point. So there are two ways. If you install the firewall at the local device, it might takes the consumption of the storage and as well as it consume the memory. So maybe it performance may be coming down because of firewall always needs to be keep it open whenever you connect your mobile device with the internet. So always firewall keeps an eye on to filter out the packets which is coming into the device. So personal firewall always take care in the local device, whereas organizational usually the organization will take care by installing that in the gateway or in the enterprise firewalls. So he, in this case, RAS is going to act as a filter firewall. It is going to filter out the traffic which is coming to the enterprise network. So, for example, when where all the connection to the corporate network pass through a gateway, placing the personal firewall on the gateway itself could be the simplest form. But placing always personal fire, because we need to keep update the firewalls then and then when the patches will be released. Otherwise, the personal firewall may be going out of date. Even when it goes out of date, then obviously if you are not installed with patches, again the firewall become a entry point to your mobile device. So, to avoid the need to place a personal firewall in each mobile device, better we can move on to the organizational firewalls. So we have the mobile users usually are the mobile clients. They don't want to keep the huge and heavy softwares in their mobile devices. So because mainly the small device does not have much memory and the capacity, so clients always expected to run it faster and reliable. They are not much worry about the secure or this one. So that's why the organizational is going to deploy the secure access methods that implement strong authentication keys that will provide an additional protection to the mobile users. This is about the RAS remote access servers on the mobile devices. Any questions in this? Fine. So the next subtitle is Media Player Control Security. Most of us, as a mobile user, we are thinking of the mobile act as a entertainment unit. Most of us were using the cameras, audios, and videos. Whenever we participate with the social media applications, usually text messages, the video, audio chats, we are going to do. According to the experts' view, experts in cybersecurity, what they are warning the people who are using mobile phones is be careful while downloading the free softwares which are relevant to the entertainment. Always they are warning that don't download the games, ringtones, the music, MP3 or MP4, which is not a trustable from the trust source. So always look into the trust source where exactly you are downloading. Based on that, you are protecting your mobile device. So earlier to the nowadays a lot of sophisticated media players are there, but in during the previous time of Microsoft Windows comes with the media player, which was not a much high secured media player. Then Microsoft given an instructions to the user to keep update their patches when they release to the market. The people who are not updated their Windows Media Player control updates, their system gets vulnerable because hackers is waiting for a chance to enter into the machines. The trend use of mobile phone or handheld devices for information access, remote working, and entertainment. So remote working was not much importance, gained importance, but nowadays after pandemic, remote working is now highest priority than the regular working nature. So entertainment always they be there with the mobile phones or the handheld devices. So music and video are the two important aspects in day-to-day aspects for the young generations. So this can be a source for cyber security breaches. So you have a sophisticated phone, authenticated song, authentication, everything is fine. If you are downloading the files which is not come from the trusted source, then even the whatever the security might you implement, strong security or the technologically strong, then you are going to be get a victim of the hackers. So many software organizations have been warning the users about the potential security attacks on their mobile devices through the music gateways. So maybe you observe the so some of the music web stores are there. You can listen from them. They are not allow you to download. If you particularly want to download, you must trust that website. If that website is not trustable, don't try to download the such kind of the files. There are three vulnerabilities which are present with the medial player control security. The one is the files could be created that will open a website and the user's browser using remote JavaScript can be operated. So since JavaScript nowadays are widely used in to provide the dynamicity in the web pages, there is chances of injecting the JavaScript code when you open a website which is not intended. So this is the one vulnerability which will be present with the media control security. Then the second is files could be created which allow the attacker to download and use the code on user's machine. So maybe some of you may be downloading in creating the mini project of web technology. When you are downloading some of the snippet code, that code might come with the scripting and the executable code. Whenever you install, when you use that in your system, there is a possibility of system being infected with that virus. So the third vulnerability is media files could be created that will create buffer overrun run errors. So as you aware of that buffer overflow attack, the huge amount of, suppose let us take the example, if you want to download for a song of a Kannada movie, a single song, usually it might not more than the song content might not more than the 20 GB, but sorry, not 20 GB, 20 MB. So if it exceeded the 20 GB, 30 GB of that file, then you do suspect that there is a possibility of harmful download. So these are some of the vulnerabilities. Unknowingly or knowingly, we are going to invite them to our mobile phone as well as the devices. Any question in this? Fine. So the another subtitle of the mobile security is the networking API security for mobile computing applications. This is the advent of so always networking is which is most widely used for commercial business applications. So with the advent of electronic commerce and its further offshoot into mobile commerce, m-commerce, online payments are becoming a common phenomenon with the payment gateways accessed remotely and possibly wirelessly. Say wirelessly, as I said in the beginning of the class, mobile can be used for entertainment, can be used for information resource, can be used for a, bank. Most of us were paying the payments for the goods purchased online through mobile phone only. So mobile phone acts as a wireless device, handheld device, smart device, a sensitive device with respect to the cyber security. The advent of web services and their use in mobile computing applications, the API becomes an important consideration. Nowadays, application programming interfaces, probably when you develop, probably you are facing, you are embedding a Google map in your application. So there, what you are using there, API. So by inserting the API key into the code where you want to insert the Google map, so that is going to be integrated in your application. Suppose if you want to allow the Facebook, you are going to insert the Facebook. So APIs are the application program interface. Most the organizations keep on eye on development of those APIs to simplify and integrate all in one single applications. The target of APIs is bringing the APIs into a single application rather than multiple modules. So APIs will become a more important consideration. APM become an important enabler of new and higher value services. Most of the applications, like for example, take Facebook itself. In the beginning of the Facebook only, they were allow us to chat only. Then after that, they improved by integrating they allowed us to like dislike the things. Then after that, they included the you can upload the videos, short videos, or the download the short videos. Then they started improvising with they can share the Facebook link to others through the some of the external party services. So keep on incremental increasing happening in a single application. Previously, they were able to develop, make it for only for communication of the text messages through the internet. But nowadays, by looking into the Facebook in single application, how they made it through API integration. They allow you to insert the Google Maps. They allow you to insert the Google traveling. So Google services you can insert into the Facebooks or the applications. So organizations announcing the development of various APIs to enable software and hardware developers to write single applications that can be used to target multiple security platforms present in a range of devices such as mobile phones, portable media players, set-top boxes, and home gateways. So now the technology advancement in Internet of Things, IoT of Things, now mobile is used to control your CC camera, to control your TV, to control your setup box. You can change the channels through your mobile phone. You can control the projector screen. You can control the home locking system. So all it made it possible, and also they are worrying about they are integrating the security features through the API concepts. So most of these developments are targeted specifically at securing a range of embedded and consumer products, such as including the operating systems like Linux, Symbian OS, Microsoft Windows Commercial Edition, and Microsoft Windows Mobile Edition. But as you are aware that Microsoft Windows mobiles are deprecated from the market, nowhere the mobile phones are not available because of the huge competitive from the Android phones and the iOS phone. Nowhere that Microsoft Windows phone not exist in this world. Maybe shortly they may come again back to the market. That is different scenario. Okay, this is the another subtitle of the mobile security. Now we are looking into the attacks on mobile or cell phones. So, do you think your mobile is safe always? Physically safe? How many of you are lost your mobile phone while during traveling time? Or some of your mobile may be theft? Getting my point? So attacks is not only with respect to the software based, physical based attacks also considered as a attacks on cell phone or the mobile phone. So mobile phone theft is a one of the traditional theft of mobile phone. Whenever you are keeping away your mobile phone when you are not using in the room or the hostel or the PG or the classrooms, wherever. There is a chance of thefting the mobiles from the criminals. So since why that much of importance is given for mobile theft, phone theft means you are going to lose your personally identifiable information, and you are going to lose the contact list of the contact list you have developed over the period of time in purchase of that mobile phone. So increasing users of mobile phones also increase in theft of mobile phones. especially while traveling in public transport, bus stops, railway stations, and traffic signals. So criminals are looking, so they are taking your attention to diverting, and they are thefting the mobile phone. So maybe the nowadays mobile phones users are increasing. They are investing more money on the high-end mobiles rather than the laptops, right? When anyone loses his or her mobile phone, what is the thing they are going to lose is main contact list. The another one is personally identifiable information. Similarly, don't you think the mobile also which will have a viruses? Definitely, obviously, because the mobile is also a computing device, like, but it is a small device. So around 40 plus virus mobile virus families are there. More than 300 plus mobile viruses have been identified till today. So you can explore more on the mobile viruses using the Google, or there is an one symbionpoint.com website is there. You can explore more, more about which are the Android OS, Android related viruses, iOS related viruses, Windows related viruses, how you can prevent to penetrate into the mobile device, etc. And so on. You can explore more on this website. So, how to protect from mobile malware attacks? So download or accept programs and content, including ringtones, games, video clips, and photos, only from a trusted source. Which one is the trusted source for program download? For mobile phones, Play stores, either Google Play Store or Apple Play Store. If any one of your friends sending APK file to directly to you, don't trust the APK, because the Play Protect, when you are downloading, when you go with the Play Store, it will appear as Play Protected. This app is Play Protected with the rating so and so, means you can trust. So see here, there are several applications are there. A list of apps removed. So list of applications are there. Apps are removing every year from Google. You can check that list in the Googling. Google removed over 70,000 bad applications. 70,000. So that's why you can trust the Google Play Store. You can trust the Apple Play Store. Again, while installation, if it behaves differently, then immediately report that to the Play Store. Play Store is going to take care of it. Okay. So in this way, you can protect your mobile device being infected with the malwares or the uh, malicious codewares, right? So, if one more vulnerable entry point for the mobile phone is Bluetooth. Don't keep always the Bluetooth is on whenever it is not in use. So you set the features in such a non-discoverable mode. Always keep your mobile Bluetooth, especially mobile Bluetooth, set it on non-discoverable mode when it is not in use, or if you are not at all using, though don't enable it. So that is the most vulnerable and dangerous point. The experts are uh, telling that if a mobile is equipped with beam, some infrared or the beam content beam, then allow it to receive incoming beams only from the trusted source. So here the individual responsibility is more than the technological responsibility. If you do some operations with the mobile, you must be aware why you are doing that operation. You cannot simply blame the technology provider or the mobile manufacturer or the vendor, because the intention of releasing the mobile phone is might be the standard usage, but if you are going behind the standard usage, that is your responsibility, not the vendors. So that's why they are providing the manuals how to use the phones. Download and install antivirus software for mobile devices to protect from the harm viruses. Some of the tips to secure your cell phone from the stolen or the lost is always record the following things in a keep it in a safe place. Phone number, contact number, make and model of your phone, color and appearance of your phone, personal identification number, that is PIN number or security lock code or the pattern or fingerprint, and IMEI number. So always write all these things whenever you buy a new phone. You keep record of all these things in a safe place. So then IMEI number, that is International Mobile Equipment Identity Number. Usually it consists of a 15 digit number. It is a uniquely identifiable number to identify your SIM. SIM is subscriber identity module. So if you want to know about your IMEI number, you type in the keypad in your mobile star hash 06 hash. So it will display the mobile IMEI. This is very important IMEI number to be recorded by you. You can lock your phone if it is stolen. If somebody theft your phone, you can do remote locking through this IMEI. When you call to service provider to lock your phone, immediately service provider he uses the IMEI not to further, even though the people is trying to take out your SIM and inserting new SIM, that mobile is not is going to be used. Because every mobile and the SIM which will come with the unique identifiers. So the to prevent the attack, install anti-theft software on your cell phone. Usually, it does not allow the criminal to use another SIM card in the stolen cell phone. So you do take precautions of all these. You can use the some one of the following anti-theft software websites. You can use some of the following, or you can explore which one is best suitable for your make and model of your phone. Correspondingly, install such software. Even though if you lost, if your mobile phone stolen by somebody, they cannot be used in case of if you installed with anti-theft software on your cell phone. Okay, any questions on this? Fine. So the another subset of the concept of discussion is some of the terminologies which are frequently used in the mobile phone security. That is mishing. Mishing is nothing but mobile phone plus phishing. So if it is attacking on a website through the personal computer PCs, that is called as phishing. So here mobile phone is used to do the phishing attack. That is termed to be as a mishing. And phishing is another term, that is social engineering attack over the telephone system. Means sometimes the in the name of banking or financial institution, they are keep on calling to share your credentials they are using the telephone system uh, by introducing the social engineering questions to gather the credentials of you. This kind of attack is happen through uh, with with social engineering attack through mobiles. That is phishing. And the smishing is another term to be used in the mobile securities. SMS plus phishing. Sending SMS message, send this to 20 peoples. You are going to get a good news today. It is a smishing attack. So if it is just a common message, text message, it won't damage much. If the text message consists of the bitly link, bitly dot links, short links, or the any web link which is begin with http, in that cases, be careful while before clicking on the message links. If you it comes from the trusted source, you can click on that, click and open the link. If not, don't click the SMS messages. This is termed to be as a smishing or SMS or the message plus phishing. It is termed to be as a smishing. Then another terminology is SMS blocker. Usually, SMS blocker is the tool itself. It is given by an Indian government. So it is 100% spam blockers. Any spam calls, Wi-Fi calls, if it is that contact is not in your contact list, it will tell it is coming from spam, suspecting a spam, whether you want to allow or you want to mark it as spam. So it is asking some. Nowadays, the latest mobiles are detecting this small spam blockage calls and the SMSs. Also, you can it's not standard. You can customize those filter according to your need. If it come from the Karnataka, you can set the allow the all Karnataka people to call you. So you can, depending on your the preference, you can customize the mobile spam SMS blocker also. So the another terminology is hacking Bluetooth. It is so as I said, Bluetooth is the most vulnerable entry point to the mobile phone. So always keep off the Bluetooth whenever it is not in use. The Bluetooth range usually it uses the frequencies 2.4 gigahertz frequency range for its communication or the transmission between the data from one PC or one mobile device to another mobile device. The short range usually it is varies from the 2 to 10 meters of the space, physical space. So common attacks, yeah, on usually Bluetooth are blue jacking, blue surfing, blue bugging, car whisperer. So blue jacking is Bluetooth plus hijack. Bluetooth plus hijack. They are hijacking means they are acquiring the some data from your mobile phone through your Bluetooth device, which is keep open. When you keep open the Bluetooth device when it is not in use, immediately hacker is scanning the network. They are identifying, they are discovering your Bluetooth. Then they are acquiring, getting some information without concern of you. They are taking away the information from this kind of attack. That is termed to be as a blue jacking, or it is Bluetooth attack or Bluetooth hijack. The another second is blue snapping. This is most dangerous attack. The experts are given very importance on this kind of attack is blue snapping attack. So unauthorized access from a wireless device through Bluetooth. So through wireless devices, they are accessing. So probably you heard about the in the especially the big malls. Someone is using the some machine. It's a wireless handheld machine. If they are passing through your physical space, immediately they capture the credit card information of you through or the device information of you if your device is open for unauthorized access. This is most dangerous. Still, research is going on this in a more way. The third is blue bugging. It allows attackers to remotely access a user phone and features without user attention. So without knowing user attention, user will not come to know about the access of the remote information. That is termed as a blue bugging. So then the whisper. This is another interesting topic of interest. Car whisperer is a software. It allows attacker to send audio to and receive audio from a Bluetooth enabled car stereo. This is again most widely research is going on in this area. So why? Because through the car stereo Bluetooth, whether the hacker is damaging the braking system or whether the hackers are damaging the steering system, whether the hackers are doing some nonsense in the car system while car is moving, if they damages the braking system, there is a possibility of accidenting. So this in this area, they are the researcher is doing a much work on this car whisperer. So, because nowadays the cars from mechanical devices to the electronic device, now electronic to the electrical vehicles system, electrical which uses the electronic again. Through electronic, the cars are receiving signals from outside. So previously we used to have the Bluetooth jacks. Nowadays the Bluetooth comes with the cars. So that is receiving the data from one system to another system of the car. So nowadays IoT concept, because of advantage of technology, how much usage is there at the same parallel other side, the limitation and the drawback is also there. Okay, the car whisperer is such kind of the Bluetooth attack. So Bluetooth, some of the Bluetooth hacking tools are there. You can explore more on this. Blue Scanner, Blue Sniff, Blue Bugger, Blue Snapper, Blue Diving. These are the some of the tools listed here. So again, for latest tools and all, you can again explore in Google which are the Bluetooth hacking tools. So master in any one of the tool rather than going with all the tools. And so these are the some of the some devices, stealth storage devices. You can take away the information from the closed environment as well as wireless environment. Some of the device, the watches are there in this figure. You may find the watch. That watch may consist of the camera, tiny camera inserted into that watch, capturing the surrounding environment, sending to the outside world. There is a possibility of the watch. See, you can see the watch is connected with the external drive. Similarly, nowadays pen cameras are there. So spy pen cameras are there, button cameras are there, spectacle cameras are there. This spectacle may be having a capacity of storage of capacity of GB in terms of GB, and also the USB drives are. These are all the stealth devices to take away the data from the sensitive places. These are some of the examples of unconventional or stealth storage devices. You can observe here the pen drive is there. So pen drive is in different shapes, in a doll shape, in a bomb shape, so in a dollar shape. Different shapes of pen drives are there to steal the data from a sensitive system. So some of the mobile laptop user needs to understand the limitation of the laptop and how to control the usage of laptop from the unknown party of yours, etc. So always keep operating system and patch updated. Keep on it. network access configuration, who wants to access the network of your system, not know who need to allow, authorize, unauthorized. Exclusively you define yourself when you are configuring your system, deploying applications which is really needed to use for a shorter period or longer period. If the application is not used by your system, don't keep it, just immediately uninstall the such kind of applications. Replacing lost or damaged laptop. Don't buy the laptops which is stolen by somebody or second hand market. Don't go to the second hand market. You don't know whether they might installed with the malwares or the keyloggers or software keyloggers. If you start using that may send say information to them from your second hand devices. So keeping track of numbers, lack of user training, these are all the some of the educating factors of laptop users who is using the laptops. And some of the physical security countermeasures are there. How to protect your laptop is, you can observe here that laptop is connected with some external device like alarm system. You are going to lock your laptop using the some of the hardware device like looking like a lock. You can even keep alarm for your laptop device. These are all the some of the physical security measures you can take care about your laptop to protect your device. And you can see laptop alarm systems are with some sensors are there. Through sensors also you can stop you if anybody gets your laptop without your knowledge. If they are trying to use the laptop, the power may not switch on until unless if you are not key in or sensors are identified. Some of these sensor devices to protect the physical protection of your laptop device. Any questions are there with respect to the module 4? Yes? I hope I made you understand, right? In detail.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Fine, thank you. So, answer for the attendance and also tell who has gone for the placement in between when I call their name. Okay?